and the entire executive for inviting me and for reaching out. Like he said, it demonstrates that you guys recognize me as a valuable member, and just like how I recognize all of you and appreciate the contribution that you guys are doing to the party. Just to let you know, I'm kind of recording this, just this part where I will be accorded the chance to explain my issue with Sabally, because I know some people are interested to hear this, so I may keep it for that record, but just for this part. If you guys are okay with that, I'm not gonna go any further than my own explanation of it. Obviously, I have issues with Momodu Sabally, and that is expressed publicly, as you guys have said. Just like I have problems with people like Sidinjai, Fabakar Tombonjata and others. I have the same problem with them. I am very vocal about Sabally because I've seen myself in a situation that we are boxed in the same party, and we are expected to work together and enhance each other's contribution in any way that I can, and I'm open to do that with any other member of the UDP. But I have some issues with Sabally, and it dated not even before we both joined the party. It happened during the time of Yaya Jammeh, and many people are construing that as either me being personal, or I have personal hatred for Sabally, or some even said I am jealous of Sabally. So these are maybe misconceptions that has to be straightened out, and I'm glad I have this platform to express that. I don't hate Sabally. Personally, I can't even say I like Sabally. And I always say, and I've expressed this in previous writings, that despite all the people that are enabling Yaya Jammeh and politicking and pushing his agenda, there are two people that I feel so bad or so sad to see them doing that. And this is Sirif Bojang, the information minister then, and Sabally, because I see them as young people, young, intelligent people who have their entire future ahead of them, who have something to contribute to Gambia. But they are instead getting into a trajectory of self-destruction, just to appease Yaya Jammeh or whatever benefit that they were acquiring as their in their respective portfolios. We all had problems with Yaya Jammeh. We knew what Yaya Jammeh was doing. He wasn't doing it on his own. There are people that are facilitating it for him. And Sabally happened to be one of those people. And for some people who said I am jealous, I'm not jealous of Sabally, because the work that he's doing it for a party. If the party succeeds, I would say Alhamdulillah for that. So I'm not jealous, but I am content with what I have and the little that I can do for my country. I've never compromised core principles of human decency for my own personal benefit. And Sabally has done that, and I will not be jealous of someone who does that. I believe in hard work. I believe in honesty. I believe in ability, people who have the ability to defer gratification, not for quick gratification at all costs, because you want to gain something from it, especially something that will come at the detriment of a collective country. So I'm not jealous of him. I am happy with my life, and Sabally can do whatever he wants. But Sabally has offended me personally, because I believe the reason why I am stuck in the West, I cannot go and live in my home country with dignity and respect, is because my government has failed me. And that is all Gambians, whether you are in the country or you are abroad, you have been failed by our government, because they cannot provide us with opportunities for us to be able to live there. And people who constitute that government, I believe, should be held to account. Their action in public and their inaction have a consequence on my life and my children, my grandchildren's future. And this is what Sabally has contributed to create for me and others. Like I said, there's no jealousy and there's no hatred. I swear to God, there is none bit of that. I am actually really sad to see him being arrested at this point, because I believe his rights are being violated. He should not be in that detained. He should be released, and I've made that clear. Even though I've made a footnote, which is the truth, and I believe that every situation that we see, we have to learn the lessons from it. I've made a caveat to say if Sabally should be released, but I will not also forget Sabally's role in propagating Yahya Jammeh's agenda, in trying to get Yahya Jammeh to stay in power for as long as possible, when Yahya Jammeh was creating tyrannical laws to be used against our people, our journalists, our civil society groups, or anybody who questions the legitimacy of his authority. Yahya Jammeh has created laws that he could use on people. And that is, ironically, that is what Sabally is suffering from today. Even though, and when Sabally was given the white paper of permanent ban from holding public office, I expressed that this is harsh. But as a young man, he should not be banned from serving his country for life. But I believe there is a period of time that these people should not hold public office. That there should be a period of time these people should not be employed in position of trust in our public offices. They can go and work in other private sectors if they can. But I simply cannot trust them. So Sabally decided to join the UDP, which I believe wasn't due to a change of principle. I believe he went from where Jammeh went, and every benefit that he had at the time, he wasn't getting it. He started to drift towards Barrow. We've seen public posts that he's made. We've seen how he's been attending Barrow's rallies and stuff. And then he was given the white paper of permanent ban, and he decided to take a U-turn and come to the opposition, and that is UDP. And he came and tried to hijack the UDP, exploit the UDP's potential in fighting for his battle for Barrow, and also propagating himself for whatever opportunities that may lead to. And folks are saying, oh, he's doing a good job, he is popular, you are jealous. I don't think Sabally, that assessment to me is flawed. Sabally wasn't famous prior to joining UDP. Sabally came to UDP and he's kept going to the leadership of UDP. He found the popularity that UDP's founding members have already established and have already worked hard for when Sabally was with Yahya Jammeh and targeting UDP. Where UDP, the UDP founding members were fighting to create a viable political party that is able to bring a meaningful change to our country. So he came and he is now basking in that popularity that UDP has already worked for. And he was given the recognition and endorsement of Lawyer Dabo and Babala Commando, and he started to gain popularity and continuing to do that. But I think he can also be assessed that his behavior is a deterrent for certain people joining the party more than he is bringing people into the party. I don't think he is bringing people. I think people that he is keeping photographs with to say they are now UDP. They are people that are already UDP, or they are people who don't really care. They was just in the limelight. Later on, they will go and decide what their original position was. This is what I knew about our people. But my fundamental problem with Sabally is he has played a role in a tyrannical government that targeted UDP and killed many of UDP founding members, including Solo Sande of blessed memory. And this was all times when Sabally was against UDP and was fighting to keep Yahya Jammeh in power. But then people are saying he's apologized. Well, I don't see that apology. For me, apology has 3 stages that has to be fulfilled. First, you have to acknowledge wrongdoing. Number 1. Number 2, you have to show that you regretted that wrongdoing. And number 3, you have to show promise to the people that it will never happen again. That these conditions have to be fulfilled for me to see in your face that you genuinely regretted your actions in the past, and then we can find a place in my heart to forgive you. But ma famajio je Sabalila, ma regret suno je Sabalila. In fact, Sabalika titar walale. Because he was the Secretary General and leader of a presidential office of a murderous regime. So this is my problem altogether with Sabally. Those who wronged us and created our national misery in the first place cannot be trusted to influential positions to lead us into the future. I don't see the wisdom in it. I don't see how what he is doing for the party that has warranted the party to condone this. Like I said, whatever popularity he has is not his making. He just knows how to stare people and have this demagoguery to get to appeal to the basal instincts of our people and generate some emotional reactions, and people think he is the best since sliced bread. And I think the UDP, the platform that UDP gave to Sabally, I believe there are more decent Gambian intellectuals, far more eloquent than Sabally, who can run that platform effectively. Because UDP believes in principles, and they stood with that principles throughout the fight against Yahya Jammeh, and now they are compromising on that principles and values. This is what disturbs me, because I can see how UDP has distinguished itself from Barrow enough, but we cannot distinguish ourselves from Barrow, how he is running our country, and we are saying, okay, elect us because we are the better alternative, we are more responsible than UDP, than Barrow, when we are acting the same as him. So for me, sometimes I sit and wonder, what am I fighting for? I want something, a genuine cause that I can contribute effectively to propagate. But I don't want to have conflicting feelings to say, well, okay, what are you fighting for? If we're going to replace Barrow with Barrow, then why not we just leave him there? If we are bringing potential people who have shown nothing to be absolute corrupt people, to say that they should be the ones to man influential police positions. And you were saying that he was elected into this position through a democratic means. That's not what I've heard. For me, no single vote was casted in that Congress. It was all negotiated. It was all backdoor deals that led certain people to be put under pressure to withdraw applications. I've seen them. I've seen their reactions. I've read their mood and everything. I knew that they were not genuinely happy to relinquish these positions. I believe something else has happened that allowed them to decide to withdraw from them. And I don't think that is where we should, that is how we should reward hard work. I believe hard work should be rewarded by actual recognizing people's efforts and giving them the respect that they need, rather than getting them to under pressure to relinquish their position, because you find there are other people who probably can do it better than them, and you replace them with those people, even though these people stands for principles that are contrary to what UDP stood for. So this is my problem with Sabally. In the nutshell, I have no, like I said, I have no hatred for him. Sabally, if I'm being honest, totally, I like Sabally. But for Sabally to be respected by me, for Sabally to work cooperatively with me, I need to see him. I need to see that in him, that he is genuinely remorseful for his role that he played in a government that killed our people, that destroyed life, destroyed the actual fabric of our society, that bring tribalism and created orphans of enormous proportion, that created widowers that pillaged our money, stole billions of our money, and while we continue to wallow in abject poverty. The money that was being stolen could have used to provide electricity and clean water and medication for our people, better hospital and better standards of living. And this is what happened. People who created our national misery cannot be trusted to lead us into the future. If they are interested to do that, they're gonna have to do more than just demagoguery to try to make people buy their ideology that they are the new saint that is sent to us by God to lead us into the promised land. I don't believe that. I look at people's track records. I look at how that track records resonate with the values of decency and what principles that they stood for in their lives. And these are the people I will trust to lead my future, to lead my country, to create the security and prosperity that I want for my country and for my children. And this is my problem. So thank you very much for giving me the time and the platform to vent this. There are, like I said, there's a lot of misconceptions, and I expect that. But I will continue to remind our people that UDP was established on a genuine cause, and UDP was established to pursue the righteous cause of our country. And the people who are supposed to do that, the people who had the moral rectitude to do that, we are not short of them in the party. But if we're going to oppress those people, or I'm not going to use oppress, but if we're going to be selective to provide platform to other people who stood diametrically everything that UDP stood for in the past, then that is unfortunate. When I said that, I said it before that I respected the democratic decision by the party, but I also expressed my denunciation of that. But I'm just one person, really, and on my Facebook is all I have to express my views. So thank you very much.